acompañarnos. Hello, Steven.
Hello, Pablo. Thanks for having me.
So let me introduce you in Spanish. Este es Steven Johnson, es el director del distrito de Thunderbay. El distrito se llama Lakehead, la ciudad se llama Thunderbay, está en Ontario. Ahora luego os enseñaré exactamente dónde está localizado, pero está en las orillas del lago superior, que si no me falla la memoria, es la masa de agua dulce más grande del mundo. So the first question is about how is the life in Canada?
Again, Pablo, thanks for having me. My name's Steve Johnson. I'm the International Student Coordinator at Lakehead Public Schools in Thunder Bay. And life in Canada, here you'll find a high standard of living. International students benefit from the same rights and freedoms that protect all Canadians, respect for human rights, equality, diversity, a stable, peaceful society. Myself, I live in a very safe city where the community is always reaching out for help to help your neighbors.
Os recuerdo que Thunder Bay es una mini ciudad, una pequeña ciudad de 110.000, 120.000 habitantes que permite ir andando a casi cualquier parte y que tiene transporte público. Y por cierto, Steven acogió a una de mis niñas, se llama Julia.
Yeah, we talk all the time.
Another question that I have is, can you explain us about the activities that you have for foreign students?
Yeah, for sure. So in Ontario, kind of as a whole, you can choose from more urban or rural areas across the province, and no matter where you live, you can explore a different vibrant community or different landscapes. Here in Thunder Bay, it's definitely a little bit different than the bigger cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Ottawa. We are a city of about 110,000 people, and we have everything that a big city has. And but when you're in a city like Thunder Bay, minutes from your house, you're surrounded by nature, hundreds of lakes, rivers, waterfalls, forests to hike. So it's kind of that real Canadian experience. And here we do so much outdoor activities, and we take our international students out on different field trips every month. We do canoeing, skiing, snowshoeing, rock climbing. We have an outdoor education center where they kind of learn about how to GPS and map in the forest and learn about the animals in the area. And some of these are activities that you wouldn't necessarily get in the bigger cities, but when you come and visit these, the smaller cities in Ontario or Canada, you get to see more and do more than sometimes you would in Toronto and Vancouver.
And they asked me if those activities are organized by the school or by the district.
So both for our program, both do it. So I work for the school district and I manage our 3 high schools. So I will plan group activities every month for all of our international students. I've taken them to hockey games and done some of those outdoor activities I've mentioned. And then also at the school level, each school will host their own activities that combine the international students and some of the local students, and they'll do luncheons or games, things like that.
Can you tell us about the school and how hard or no, first, how is the school, how it works, and how hard or no hard it is for international students studying in Canada?
Yeah, so I think as everyone knows, Canada is known for offering high quality public education. We have one of the best education systems in the world. Our classes are very career oriented. They're more practical and hands-on. They involve more critical thinking rather than memorizing textbooks. Studying in Canada, one of the biggest changes for Spanish students, I think, is the relationship that they have and build with teachers and staff, and how open and helpful they are to the students. All of our teachers at Lakehead Public Schools know when they have a new international student in their school and classes, and make it a more special experience for them. And in Ontario, we have a 2-semester system. So you study 4 classes each semester. We have all your core subjects, your English, your maths, sciences. Here, classes, I think, are a little bit longer than those in Spain, but they dive deeper. And like I said, involves more critical thinking and discussions with the teacher rather than the memorizing. Spanish students here typically do very well in the maths and sciences. I think in Spain, you kind of do focus on the chemistry, biology, physics a little bit earlier than we do here. So they typically come and do very well in those subjects. And they really excel in our smaller classes, which offer, like I said, more of that one-to-one learning and help from teachers. At our schools, in Lakehead Public Schools, each high school also has a specialized area where they offer more focused and in-depth classes. For instance, we have healthcare classes that actually have hospital beds and medical equipment in the classrooms where they can practice medicine. We have aviation specialties where they get to work on airplanes and helicopters. So the point here is learning is more than just reading textbooks. It's more hands-on, more critical thinking.
What time the school start? Because I know it's earlier.
School starts here at 9:30 and it's done by 3:30. So you have 2 classes in the morning and then 2 classes in the afternoon.
Yeah, so they asking me how many exchange students are per family and per class.
So we are a smaller international program. We are kind of more boutique. So we have this year 40 international students at the 3 high schools. So very low percentage of international students in each class. We try to have a very diverse group. So here, we're not going to have 50 other students from Spain. They'll have probably 5 at each school. We have most of our international students are on their own at the host family, unless it's requested. Some of them are doubled up, but they will never be with another international student from the same country. So it would be a student from Spain and Germany, for instance.
How is living in a city that you reach 20 negative degrees during the night?
Yeah, there's definitely cities in Ontario like Thunderbay. We do get cold in the winter. January, February, it can be down to -20. And we get, I think last year, 5 to 6 feet of snow. But that is kind of that real Canadian experience. And because there's so much opportunity here to do activities outside, because we're surrounded by that, the great Canadian outdoors and the nature, that it doesn't stop us from going out. We don't stay locked up in the house. We go out in the snow, we ice fish, we go skiing, we're playing hockey outside. And doing the normal things that kids do, snowball fights and building forts. But you get used to the weather pretty fast, and it's definitely one of those more memorable aspects of your cultural experience that when you're here.
On the social life, that does it stop, or
no,
you guys keep doing things, right?
Yeah, we don't stop doing things. We're always outside, no matter what the weather is. Schools don't get canceled very rarely. The students go to school even when it's snowing or -20. You're still going to the malls. You're still, going to watch hockey games, and very active here. Life doesn't stop.
They are asking about the distances, the average distance between a house and the school, and how is the commute? It is by bus, it is by car. How do you do it?
Yeah, so we have, like I said, the 3 high schools. So one's in the north side, one's kind of centrally located, and one's in the south side. And all of our host families are kind of situated in residential areas around those schools. So the students can take school buses, and it's usually a 10 to 15-minute school bus ride to each school.
They asking if the families have kids the same age or similar ages.
Yeah, we have all different types of host families. So we have some host families with high school students, some host families like myself, where we have young children, 3 years old, and we have some without children. So we have a little bit of everything for everyone. When you apply, you fill out a host family profile, and you kind of list off what you're hoping to find in a host family. And then we try to make that best match if you're looking for one that's more active, or one that skis, or one with students. Then we match accordingly. And we're a smaller program, so we're able to be pretty picky with our homestay families, making sure that they're all doing it for the right reasons, and they're Canadian English speaking families. And
Yo antes voy a añadir una cosa a lo que ha dicho Steven, y es que acordaos de una cosa, y esto es una broma que le gasto siempre a los niños cuando los entrevisto. Yo les pregunto, ¿cuántos amigos tienes? Y cuando me dicen 4, 5, 6, ellos me dicen eso, 4, 5, 6, y yo les pregunto, ¿cuántos viven contigo en tu casa? Los amigos están fuera. Tenéis que tener en cuenta eso. Nada te garantiza que te vayas a llevar bien con otro estudiante que pueda estar en la casa canadiense. Y lo importante es hacer el esfuerzo por hacer amigos en el cole y no obsesionarse con la idea. No obstante, una de las cosas que nos ha dicho Steven es que es un programa muy pequeño y que una de las cosas cuando tú rellenas las cosas que hay que entregar para terminar el proceso explicas un poco cómo te gustaría que fuera tu familia, si es activa, si no es activa, etcétera, etcétera. Y intentarán encontrar una familia que se adecue a lo máximo. Intentarán, no se garantiza. Pero de nuevo, no conviene obsesionarse con la idea de que haya chavales de la misma edad. Okay,
You're
thank you so
welcome.
much,
Thanks for having me.
Steven. And if you want to add anything.
So yeah, I'll just leave it with Thunder Bay. We're that small upscale city that meets the great Canadian outdoors, and it's that authentic experience here. And we focus on really providing students with a personalized experience, one that they're not going to forget, and they get a good education here. So hopefully we can see some of your students with us, and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you so much, Steven.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.